Hello, this is Sham, Zaman with Comedians Questions, and with me I have...
Luke Anthony McDonnell.
And how long have you been doing comedy, Luke?
9 months.
Okay. And why did you start performing? What got you into comedy?
I've always been into comedy since I was younger. Like, some of my idols were like George Carlin and Bill Hicks and people like that.
Okay.
And the way that they think about life and express things, I always sort of applied that to how I think about life.
Okay.
It's even when I didn't want to be a comedian, comedy always like played a big part of my thinking process.
Okay.
And then when I was 29 last year, and something said to me, I don't want to work in an office for another 30 years. Just get out there, start hitting the road, see if I've got it.
Have you always been creative? Have you got like an English background or anything like that? Yeah, writing?
I did English literature, university and in college, and I used to rap before I did comedy. And I used to be at MC.
Oh, okay.
And then I also did drama when I was younger. And then when I hit my mid-teens, like, I hated all the drama kids. I was like, I don't want to do any drama. It's too dramatic.
Right.
So I always thought I'd want to do something behind the scenes with writing, and that's my end game. Basically, I'd like to get into writing films and television, but I want to try and gain some sort of traction in the industry through doing comedy and make myself known through that and get hired for other things writing.
Brilliant. What's your creative process?
Just general day-to-day life. I live quite an interesting life. I won't tell you it all. You'll see on the comedy. But I felt the British comedy scene was too safe, and everyone's scared to say things. If you can get blacklisted, people will be upset with you. And a lot of the things I say, they're not because I'm trying to say a bad thing to upset you. I'm trying to make you talk about things that you might not normally talk about, or think about things you don't normally think about. You got to be nice at work or day, or at school, or college, or at uni, wherever you are, and you might not have these discussions or these thoughts. And so sometimes I just want to make you think about things that you don't normally think about.
Okay. And where do your ideas float in from? Do you be in a particular place? Do you be driving or swimming?
Day-to-day place, so it can happen mid-conversation. I can get a lightning bolt mid-conversation. I'll say to someone, stop talking, I'm going to scribble down this note right now. It can happen while I'm in the car, in traffic, and I'll say a line to myself that's hilarious, but I can't write it down because I'm driving, so I have to repeat it to myself all the way to work to not forget it till I get there. And I'm just like, don't forget this joke, no road rage, remember the joke.
Do you sit down to write in a structured manner?
My process is I start off with little notes. I've got little post-its where all my ideas go. They go all over my fridge.
Brilliant.
And then I develop the ideas a bit more, writing them out long form in a notebook. And then eventually, like, if they're going to be saved, like, I'm going to keep them. I've got, like, my armory of jokes in the computer, which is like, I email them to myself. Okay. This is how many jokes I've got. This is how long they take up of a set. So if someone gives me a set of a different time, I could just calculate a set very quickly, like, throw these together, that'll be 7, throw this together, that will be 10, and so I'm using sort of maths to it as well.
Oh, okay. It's very technical. And how many times do you give an idea when you've performed it? Say it doesn't work so well, do you reshape it, or do you just kill it, or what's your plan?
So some things I'll give 3-4 tries, and if they don't work. Other things, they only work in certain places in the demographics. So I'm just trying to gauge the demographics better sometimes. But then there's sometimes I'll walk in and the audience looks nothing like who I thought the audience were going to be this evening, and I'm like, they're going to hate everything I stand for. But, oh well, I've signed up for this. Bring it on.
Okay. And what would you describe your style as?
I would say intellectual, stonery, philosophical, quite dark. I would say my comedy's quite tough. Like, I'm quite a jovial person. Like, I like a joke and stuff. But a lot of the British comedy scene is very sort of self-deprecating people. A lot of people are like, I'm fat and no girls will sleep with me and I don't like myself. And sometimes my energy's a bit the opposite, and it's not in a way like I'm an arsehole loving myself. It's more so in terms of the mind state what I go at comedy with. Like, when I used to rap, or I used to do a bit of martial arts, and look at it like Metallica, ride the lightning, destroy your obstacles. So I build myself up mentally before I go on stage, telling myself I am a good comedian.
Oh, good. Okay. Do you get nerves?
No, because of that, but because I think I use positive reinforcement with myself. Yeah. I work out a lot, and so I have a very good understanding of my own mind state. So if I'm not feeling good before a show about whatever in life, I know what I need to do to sort of get my mood up to that level. And
Do you feel euphoria once you've performed? Once it goes well?
When it goes well, it's great. I was like, there was somewhere I went recently, which I bombed at my third ever gig.
Happens to us all.
Comedy Jam in Worcester with Alex. And my third gig ever I bombed. I went back for my 47th gig and I killed it.
That's
and
good,
it was a similar sort of crowd as well. So I didn't feel like it was cheating, like it was different people. And I was like, I came off and I was like, oh, give me my pound of flesh, my comedy validation. I was like, I told you I was good, but...
What's your memory like with regards to remembering sets?
It's very good. Like my set that I did there, I made that up about 10 minutes before I got here.
That's
Like
brilliant,
because I've got the catalogue of my jokes and I know all my jokes and I know approximately how long they take. So as long as I know how long the time slot is, say each of my big stories take about 3 to 4 minutes. So I'll know if I've got a 10-minute set, I can whack in 2 stories, 15 minutes at 3 stories. I know I've got one-liners which are like 10 seconds, maybe leaving 5 for the laugh. And then I've got other ones which are like 30 seconds, like the Live at the Apollo joke, where it's just me ranting and building. So I think just by being a student of comedy has really helped me a lot. Even before this, like,
Did you do a course?
I did a course, but
Which was it?
I did James Cook's course.
The courses are available.
Yeah. So on my iPod, I used to have George Carlin, Doug Stanhope, Louis C.K.
Brilliant.
And then when I'd be running or lifting some weights, I'd put my iPod on shuffle, and in between songs, I'd get a joke. And even when I was running or lifting weights and doing that
That's
stuff.
how I get them as well.
So
On the cross-training.
yeah. So I just think about comedy a lot. Sometimes in the car, I won't have music on, and I'll just put some comedy on, and not to like, just to get inspiration. Like, this is what they think about their life and what they're experiencing. What perspective do I see things from?
How are you hoping your act evolves? What are you working towards?
Realistically, endgame, I do want to go pro. As I say, I'd like to write films and television eventually.
What kind of films?
Dark comedy and maybe crime things. But I think more so with the comedy, with my act, I don't expect to be specifically a household name like a Live at the Apollo sort of person. That's not what I'm aiming for, because if I aim for that, people will ask me to change. And even promoters I've spoken to already have said, like, you're good if you cut this out and change this. And it's even very early days, but I'm like, art versus commerce. Like, if I wanted to just say nice things, I would just stay working in my office. So I want to try and make a career that can be somewhat lucrative. You know, I can live a relatively okay lifestyle, but I still want to do comedy about who I am and what I'm about and my background and my life and stuff. So if I have to sort of nice myself up, hey guys, I'm that friendly guy who could be on GMTV. There's no point me doing that because of the kind of life I've lived and my background and such. Something will come out. I was like, he slapped me, he did his etc. I used to be a doorman, so in terms of people like the media trained image and people pretending they're nice all the time or they don't say bad things when they're in their crib or when they're with their friends, I don't believe that. And the discussions that I have are the things that people say in their living rooms, but they ain't got the balls to say in a room full of strangers.
There you go. And finally, a message to future Luke. Look right in the camera because that's you.
Well, go on, future Luke. I hope you make it successful in comedy, and if not, and my children are watching this from beyond the grave, oh well, hope I didn't let you down.
Thank you very much, Luke.
So,
good luck, man. Yeah, thank you.